Greetings Commanders, this is KreeKree here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can make billions really quickly using trade. So this will include the website 𝗕𝗓𝗢 and how you're able to use that with choosing the best trade route you can use. I'll be also going through a step-by-step on how you're able to do this, tips to help it make it go faster because time is money. And I'll be also showing you how much I made doing trade in a small ship. As an added bonus, I will be adding the build for the small ship that I'm using for this trade video, so you can go ahead and use that. But that will be towards the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned. Just before we get into the video, if you'd like to catch me live, you can catch me at twitch.tv/KreeKree. You can also check out my Discord as well, and my other socials that are linked in the description below. So this here is the website 𝗕𝗓𝗢 that I was talking about. So this website is super handy. If you'd like to check out how you're able to navigate this website, then you can check out the playlist just here. So what you're going to do is that you're going to go over to data, and then down to trade routes. Click on that. And then what you'll do is that you'll put here in the near star system, you'll be putting in the system name of where you currently are. I happen to be at LHS 317. You can type in the cargo capacity that your ship has, the maximum route distance. You can go probably 20 to 40 light years, I would suggest. And also I would suggest that the max price age be about 8 hours, I would say. And now what you can do is that you can be more specific with your search options of finding the trade routes by going into the additional options. So in here, this is where you can choose the minimum landing pad that you have. So depending on whether you're a small, medium or large ship, how much the minimum supply that you're after is, how many light seconds the station is away from the main star, how you want to have the information displayed, and whether or not you want any surface stations. I always include round trips when I'm going through my search, just because I want to be able to make money going to and from the two stations. So as you can see, the results are displayed down here. So when you're looking for a trade route that you want to do, you want to have a look at the supply. So you want to make sure that it's really good. So for this first one, for example, they have gold. So you can buy the gold here. They have a supply of over 70,000. And then what you can do is that you can sell it at this station here, and then buy performance enhancers from this station and then take it back to where you bought the gold from. So as you can see, it depends on how much supply they have is whether or not it's well worth the trip. Another thing to consider is the route distance. So how far it is between those two locations and when it was last updated. Also, you want to make sure that you look at the profits. So profit per unit is going to be over 21,000. So profit per trip is going to be 11.4 million. But with the profit per hour, it will differ because I will be showing you how you're able to make these trips faster. So it might actually be more than what is listed here. So once you've chosen where you're going to go, obviously you can use this button here to copy the name of the system into your galaxy map, and then head on over and start buying the commodity that you have selected. Now for the purpose of this video, I will be trading gold from 𝗕𝗓𝗢 City to Lovering, and then from Lovering I will be trading a Galite back to 𝗕𝗓𝗢 City. So that will be a round trip all for the whole hour, because as you can see, the supply for these is quite high. And also the profit per hour is going to be around about 8 million. So let's see if we actually make more than that because of the tips and tricks that I'll be showing you now. So what you want to be doing is you'll be using your auto launch. So while you're using your auto launch, that's when you'll be going into your galaxy map to paste in the system that you'll be going to. And then once we're here, we'll be picking up the gold and then heading to 𝗕𝗓𝗡, which is really close by, only a little over 5 light years away from our first system. Okay, so we have arrived at McCurdy City, where we'll be picking up the gold. Let's go ahead and pick that up and start making our trade runs. Now, just for the first part, I will be giving you those tips and tricks, and then we'll see how much I make in an hour. Now that we're here, we're going to target 𝗕𝗓𝗡, and we will activate our Super Cruise Assist. But what we'll be doing is that we won't align with it perfectly. So going 100% on your throttle, just go till you get to about 7 seconds away. Drop your throttle to 75%, then you can let go when you are 1 light second away, and it will slingshot you so you're going as fast as you possibly can without actually going past the station. It will automatically disengage, and then you can boost your way over to the front. Once you're close enough, you can request docking and let your auto dock take over. Just as an added bonus tip, if your trade route includes a couple of jumps, then what you can do is that at the system between your target locations for buying and selling, what you can do is that when your target system is not obscured and you're still within the sun's corona, you can plot and prepare to jump, which will spike the heat of your ship, but the heat sinks that you have on your ship will help cool it down. So before it reaches 80% heat, which is on the left hand side of the radar, you can pop a heat sink. That way you won't damage your modules inside your ship. Okay, so now I have finished an hour of trading in my small ship. So I started off with a total of 363,717,619, and I ended with 374,638,852. So that means that I made 10,921,233, which is approximately 3 million over what Inara had predicted. So it just goes to show that just doing these little tips and tricks really can help with making more than what the predicted profit per hour would be from Inara's perspective. So now, as promised, I will go through the build that I used for my small ship. So now, as you can see, it is a dolphin. And as for the modules, this is what I put in. So for the hard points, I didn't put any because there's no point, and plus that would weigh me down. But the utilities, I just put in the heatsink launcher just because, as I had mentioned, that you could use that when you're jumping from system to system if you are within the corona of the sun. Now for the core internals, I kept the lightweight alloys for the hull. I put the power plant to A, mostly because if I went to like maybe a B or a C, even though I would have enough power to run everything, it probably wouldn't be as ideal, especially considering the mass differences. The thrusters, I put D. This is mostly because I wanted to be really light when jumping. It does mean that you are slower in normal space, but really you're not flying around in normal space that much. So I figured that I'll just save on jumping between systems. Frame shift drive, this is an A. This is just for the same reason that I would use for every other build, is to make sure that I have the longest jump range that I possibly can have for the ship that I'm flying. For the life support, I put a D just because it's the lightest, and you don't particularly need that much time for emergency life support, mostly because even though some pirates might come after you, you're not likely to encounter them a lot. So it is up to you if you wanted to upgrade that or not, but 7.5 minutes is not too short for you to deal with when going to a station, so you can repair if you need to. The power distributor, I've gone with a D. Again, this is just to save on weight when jumping between systems. And because you don't use any weapons or anything like that, you don't necessarily need to worry about having the best capacity and recharge for your weapons, engines, and systems. Sensors, have just gone with D because you don't necessarily need to target any particular ships because you're trading. And D classes, like I've mentioned in my other videos, are the lightest modules that you can get. Now for the optional internal, as you would expect, it is mostly cargo racks. As you can see here, you can only get E-class cargo racks. It just really tells you how much capacity you can use, so you don't need to worry about any integrity or anything like that. So in the class 5, put a 5, same for the 4, another 4. In the class 3, I did put a shield generator just in case you do run into any issues with any pirates, so you do have that bit of extra protection in case they do interdict you from super cruise into normal space. So you've got that bit of protection so you can jump out of there. And then for the next lot, I have some more class 2 cargo racks. And then with the Super Cruise Assist and Advanced Docking Computers, I do have those on there. I mean, you can choose to not use those tips and tricks that I gave in regards to making the trips faster, because as I had mentioned, time is money. So you can use these as more of a chill approach to trading, which is completely up to you. But otherwise, you can still use them to your advantage when cutting down time between your trade runs. Let me know if you want to see any builds that I have for the best other small ships, medium ships, or large ships, so you can see what they're like without any engineering, and you can see how you go with how much money you can make through trade with those sized ships. So do let me know in the comments below. For now, I do have a video here for the Sidewinder. If you're still in a Sidewinder and you want to make money quickly without having to get out your guns, because who knows, you might not be that great at flying quite yet. Anyway, I'll see you over in that video. 07's commanders, fly safe.